a plot to drop the IQ. Fighting amongst each other over rumors that don't like you. Prefer us trapped in melancholy with the wood ones of holly. Suggestions that obliterate to camouflage the folly. Attempted mental robbery, executed sloppily. The pompous see this mockery and walk the talk with me. Put the hands up to touch the Akasha, cause you know deep down there's something bigger than your wallet.
Sweet eternal balance of all that is good, true, and beautiful, friends. Welcome to Middle Path this Thursday, March 3rd. It's already March. We just did our first March meditation today. It's crazy. We're coming up on some busy conference season for me. I have a few conferences coming up, one of which I'm so glad I just remembered to tell you guys this. It's very exciting. This is at Forbidden Knowledge News. If you're watching on Rockfin right now, then you already have access to Forbidden Knowledge News on Rockfin, and this conference is happening completely on Rockfin for supporters. So if you're a supporter here and you're planning on watching all of Middle Path tonight, because Middle Path is also exclusive just to Rockfin, then you already have access to this conference. And so it's on Forbidden Knowledge News with Chris Matthew. It is the 12th, almost, 10 days away? 9 days away. And sorry, it's actually on the 11th, 12th, and 13th. I'm speaking on the 12th, so I selfishly only mentioned the 12th. But it is all 3 days. And there's just a host of hosts there to bring you all sorts of topics. I'm going to be speaking about psychopathy, sociopathy, narcissism, and our corrupt system that encourages those things and how to spot them, avoid them, and heal yourself so that you don't fall victim to those forces. That's my topic. There's so many topics, and all of them are great. All the speakers are great. Charlie Robinson is going to be there. Corey Hughes is going to be there. Chris Matthew himself is going to present. October Hallam. There's just a lot of people who are presenting, and really cool topics that range from paranormal to spiritual to conspiracy to the practical, just everything in between. It's going to be really cool. So that's on 12th, 13th, and 14th. Sorry, 11th, 12th, and 13th, just about a week from now. And again, if you're a supporter already on Rockfin, you already have access to that. So that's exciting. And I have a bunch of other conferences. If you're in the Denver or the Colorado Springs area, then I will be at the Body, Mind, Soul conference. I don't know even what it's called because I'm a horrible person who can't remember details like that. But you probably know what I'm talking about. There's only one of these. They travel around the country, and they're going to be in Denver and Colorado Springs this month. So if you're at either of those, then you might say hi. And so that's coming up too. So it's just a really busy month. And most importantly and excitingly, One Day of Brightness is coming back this month. We're almost at the spring equinox. Can you fucking believe that shit? Like, that's right around the corner. It's tripping me out. This has been going so fast. So if you don't have your tickets to One Day of Brightness yet, I haven't even made any sort of promotional materials for them, but the tickets are available. So we do know who's going to be there. In fact, let's just jump over and look at this so we can get into that. And I can share more of it with all of you before I leave YouTube and the other places I'm streaming behind. This is actually only a Rockfin show on Thursdays. Middle Path is just on Rockfin, which you can join for free. But if you want to watch Middle Path and other exclusive content of mine, you do have to be a supporter. And so become a supporter. Then you also get access to that conference on Forbidden Knowledge News that we were talking about. So there's so many things I want to talk about, but I do want to point out, if you go to, I know it's weird for now, it's going to change. Next Brighter You will be under Shop Spiritual Healing and Support. But Shop Orgonin Books is where it's at for now, just because people had already bought tickets and were already started. And I went to a new system for my services. And so a few things are still here that will probably eventually be over there. But anyway, Spring One Day of Brightness tickets are right here. They're the first thing, and that's because they're the most purchased item in my shop. That's right. One Day of Brightness is so popular that it is always in the #1 spot here. So if you click on One Day of Brightness in the Shop Orgonin Books, you can grab your spot. Does it tell us how many are left? It used to. I guess it doesn't now. But I know so many people have already bought their tickets, which makes me so happy. I just am laughing because I didn't really expect it. Oh, you know what? It doesn't even say who's going to be there. Okay, well, I know who's going to be there. I'm just going to fix this. Tomorrow morning, this is my first order of business is to get the One Day of Brightness Spring Equinox event content out there. But you know who's going to be there is Catherine O'Shea, of course. She is always at the One Day of Brightness. It's going to be beautiful to have her again. We also again have the return of Phoenix Aurelius and Noriana Diesel, both of whom just were such a blast. Catherine's always amazing. Everybody is always amazing. Every teacher and every presenter who's ever been at One Day of Brightness has made it an amazing day. But that combo, I loved it so much, and we all were available that day, so we just decided to do it again. So we're doing a do-over. If you didn't make it to the winter One Day of Brightness for the winter solstice, then perhaps you want to come to the spring one. It will be very different. But, at least you'll get those same people in your pocket. So it's cool. Each presenter usually has 1 to 2 hours to present. We combine mind, body, soul, and emotional bodies. All of them are addressed throughout the day. So we do some movement, we do some learning, some heady things, we do some heart, emotional release, and all of it serves our soul. So it's a beautiful day. It's practical. You can take anything from that day and apply it immediately to your life. The group really makes it just vibrant and beautiful. There's participation and interaction. And you can also not. There's some people who come and never turn on their video or their audio, and they just hang out and observe, and that's also totally cool. It is recorded, so if you can't make the whole day and you miss part of it, you can go back and catch that part you missed. So it's accessible even if that day you're just not available, and lots of people have done that before too. This spring equinox, it's on March 27th, so the equinox is quite a few days before that. This is just the first weekend day that we could fit in to do this. So we're still going to be celebrating the spring equinox. We're getting it as close as we can get it, and we'll still be tapping into all those beautiful energies. So if you haven't grabbed your ticket yet, grab it now. They are definitely going to go. They're going to go quickly. Let me fix this little bit of thing here. Why is that like that? I don't even know if I want this here. There we go. It's something. Whatever. Yeah, okay, so that's One Day of Brightness. What's up? Dakota in the chat says, hola, Randy and Courtney are here. Nice to see you guys. Good evening. Nice. Dakota's going to One Day of Brightness. 16 left. 16 tickets left. So that's like half, I think. 15 in stock now already. There's some going. So Benjamin, hello. Thank you for that update. All right, so that is what you can find there. So I will just show you while we're here that, again, like I said, the shop Orgone and Books is a different shop now than the shop Spiritual Healing and Support. So the things you might not expect to find, a few things you might not expect to find in the shop Orgone and Books section is that One Day of Brightness, like we said. It's not Orgone, it's not books. The Soul Guided Meditations, we just had our first one today. It's not too late to join us. The price has been halved almost. It went down to $45 for the whole month. That's about 8 or 9 meditations usually that you get for that price. They're about 15 minutes to half an hour each. They tend to go more towards the half hour than not. They are recorded, so if you can't make it live at 5 o'clock mounted on Sundays and Thursdays, then they are available for you to do later at your convenience. Those are in the shop Orgone and Books, even though they're neither Orgone nor books. And of course, Brighter You is also still here, and that will be shifting over as well to the other platform that is much easier for scheduling for me. So the objects I sell are still going to be here on the site. All my books, all the Orgone, all the things, the crystal, the jewelry, the ceremonial support tools, the Rogue Ways bottle, and all of that sort of stuff. That's all still here. And Brighter You, if you didn't know, we just finished another 6-week soul purpose course called Brighter You. Brighter You is like One Day of Brightness on crack. It is upliftment overload. There's 5 customer reviews here, but there are 16 completely happy, life transformed individuals out there who have graduated from Brighter You and are feeling like they had no idea that it was going to be that transformative in their lives. So I can't stress enough that if you are ready to put yourself on a higher, clearer, purer level, that this is the work that you need to do. It's beautiful. You couldn't possibly go wrong. We meet from 2 hours from 7 to 9 Mountain. It's actually 6 to 8, so I need to change that too. And we do it on Wednesdays. And then we also get Sundays for a little hour. We get to do a Q&A session where we can just talk about anything that came up and any of the work we're doing, any of the teachings that we're receiving. And then you also get a half-hour guidance session. So my guidance sessions are an hour usually, and they're $75, and you get a half-hour session for free included in the class. It's really nice. It comes in handy because at some point in the class, you're going to want to just really get down and get deep into your own path and get some feedback on that. So that's really helpful as well. So all of that is part of it. I should probably update this to reflect that. But I just wanted to bring it up because we literally just had our last Brighter You last night, and I'm still feeling it pumped up. There's just nothing but fantastic things go on there. Dakota asks if he can do Brighter You a second time. I actually am going to put together a higher level, more intensive course eventually, so you might be able to. You might get your wish. You sure you want to punish yourself like that? No, there's no punishment. It's a beautiful thing. So Brighter You is available as well if you want to grab that. I don't know precisely when we'll be doing the next 6-week course, but it's usually right after the next 1 day of brightness. I kind of designed them to go in between 1 day of brightnesses just for my own sanity. And so so it'll probably be starting right at the beginning of April. Yeah, that's I think exactly what it is. So if you're ready for that, you can purchase it now. No reason to wait. If you know, you know. So before I get to the very exciting news that I have for today, some of you already know, I just wanted to show you this separate shop, Spiritual Healing and Support. And this is where all the services are. And they're now so much easier. You just schedule it through Calendly. So you come here, you pick what you want: blessing, life path, tarot reading, healing ceremony and session, guidance session, tuning and alignment. You can get a small one or a full hour, or you can also get a mini tarot reading. They're a 3-card reading. So you click on the one you want, right? Maybe you want a healing ceremony. And you can go through the calendar and see, wow, I think I'm already out to May. So that might not be the thing you want. But if you did, you can figure that out. You can click on the day, pick a time, confirm, and then you just fill out some information and pay at that point. So you only pay once you figure out that you have the date and the time that you want. So I think that's really way better and cooler for people. If you like that, you can go use that system and set things up. Finally, I do have just released and available today my latest book, my newest released, The Key of Transformational Healing. And you may have noticed that's what tonight's title is for this show. And we're going to go a little bit deeper into that. But I do want to just announce it to anyone while we're still on the free section of the show that everybody can see on YouTube or anywhere else. That this is available for you. You can get it right now on Amazon. I don't have copies yet myself because it literally just became available today, and I can't get copies before other people can get copies, weirdly. And so I will be getting some copies, but it's going to be a few weeks. They're pretty slow about that for me. I don't know how it is for you. If you go order it from Amazon, it might be much quicker, but for me, I have to wait a few weeks to get my shipment in. So if you want to get them from me, the benefit of that is that, I mean, I get a few dollars extra maybe. It's really not that big of a deal, so don't feel bad about that. If you want it now, go get it. But I get to inscribe it to you. That's the part that's fun. So if you do want to wait for that, then you, by all means, please do. The other thing, I haven't put it up here yet, but you can also download any of my books, and that's over in Shop Oregon Books as well. That you can download the PDF. And I say in there, you know, if you want the EPUB, which is what you would put on an e-reader. I know that's beyond a lot of people. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can also just get it from Kindle on Amazon. So don't worry. But if you wanted to download it directly from me, I just do $5 instead of $8.88, and I can give you EPUB or PDF. So it's just up to you. If you want to do that, you can do that as well. So there's lots of ways to get this book. This book was absolutely transformational for myself. And it was also transformational for many people in Brighter You who got to hear parts of it as it was being channeled through into this realm. So it's been really transformative already in many people's lives, and it can be also for you if you would like it. It is really short. I mean, it's like 70 pages, 80 pages or something. Very short book. It's packed full of density that I could not have done if I tried. It's really, really beautiful, and it's really amazing. So I hope you're stoked about it. I hope you go grab your copy wherever you like to, or if you want to wait for me to get those, and I will send one out to you happily when the time comes. So it's on Amazon. You can search The Key of Transformational Healing. My author name is now my name, Lindsay Sharman. So you can also just search for Lindsay Sharman and you'll see all my books. And so that's all very exciting. So I am going to shut off our other channels now. If you're on YouTube, I love you. I'm sorry that you can't join us, but if you want to, come become a supporter on Rockfin. I also send out the audio of these, to supporters on rogue.locals.com. And yeah, so you can get it other places too if you're a supporter elsewhere, but not for free. So sorry, YouTube.